This is Bob Rakes from the 8K Association Monitor Newsletter. I've just been talking to DFT. Just before IBC, we saw a press release about the remastering of a movie, Mahabharata, into 8K. This is a movie from quite a while ago, but it's been remastered in 8K. And we spotted that this is the company that actually did the film scanning for the 8K, which is quite interesting. They have a special scanner which is particularly optimized for old film. It was developed with help from the German Archive Institute, which helped them develop the technology. It's particularly important with old film to avoid stretching it. It can be very delicate. They've got a constant tension system which operates on a frame mode. So while the film is held under a continuous tension, there's a kind of jitter included with some of the rollers to keep the frame stationary while they're scanning it, because they do the scanning in a frame mode. That's unusual. Usually this scanning is done line by line, but here they're doing it frame by frame with a monochrome sensor, and then they're flashing it with RGB. They don't have to worry about film grain or anything because they capture the content usually in 10-bit or 16-bit, and they capture every bit. You know, as they said, usually for archive purposes, you want every piece of information that you can get. I've been talking to Wavelet Beam. Earlier I was talking to Pavel Akhtal from Akhtal, who has the lovely 17K camera, and who we've spent a lot of time talking to about the true resolution. Because often you get content that's described as 8K, it's in an 8K format, but it's not actually high resolution inside. And I said, it's really a shame, Pavel, if that you can't put numbers on this kind of content and really understand what resolution you've got. And he said, aha, you need to talk to Wavelet Beam. They have some really nice technology which actually allows you to put in content for denoising and for film grain analysis, which you can also use to measure the true resolution. So if you're looking to really understand the resolution of the content you're putting into your system, check out Wavelet Beam. We'll have a bit more on the website about the technology when I've had the chance to really absorb the notes I took. I've just been talking to Ruwido. Ruwido is an Austrian company. They're the Apple of the remote control. They do really great products and really great technology based on very, very good research and human factors. Like Apple, they're not the cheapest in the market by any means. They've got a very wacky remote control with a little LCD in it that can be used to attract the attention of viewers and help them to use more of the remote control, or to even to subscribe to services and get a kickback for channel owners. It's a really interesting company. I'd always recommend that anybody involved in TVs that has a remote goes and talks to them to see what they're doing. They won't all be able to persuade their people to spend more money on the remote to get the great functions, but it's always an education. Nothing to do with 8K, I'm afraid, but always an interesting one at IBC.